Hello and welcome to In Ear Fetish. I'm your host, Zeos Pantera, also the host of Z Reviews. If you want to check out the big channel, this is the small channel. And I'm here with a set of true wireless IEMs made by a certain tool company, which I have a slight affinity for. And normally I would steer way the fuck clear of a Milwaukee branded true wireless. Because why the hell would I? But my friend who works in SEO, which is search engine optimization, is like, have you seen this? It's so hot right now. Apparently, these dropped whenever they dropped last year. And it was like the most searched thing in audio. And so I immediately tried to get a pair, as one would do. And then immediately they were sold out. And I'm like, all right, remind me when they're back in stock. 7 months goes by. I get the notification. I get no word like, oh, is it hot anymore? $210, I think I paid at HomeDepot.com. $210 for these to show up. I got my unboxing. They get to match all my other Milwaukee things. Ooh. And I'm sitting down and listening to them. So what review do you want first? Do you want the review about how they compare sound-wise to other things I've listened to in this space and price range? Or do you want the cool quirks and features, fucking Milwaukee sort of thing? Because that's where they're going to be interesting. As far as sound goes, I'm going to just straight up tell you, they are not great. They're doing their job. They've even got a little bit of bass impact, like it's fun. Only with like Eli Brown, something that's like real like Euro house music. Euro house music, these are fantastic. So if you're building your house in Europe, you're good. But I put on some like really audiophile level like listening, and the biggest problem I think what's holding these back, and usually this isn't the case. I feel like the driver has capabilities, but the biggest problem is the AAC codec. The HD AAC codec. So not LDAC, not aptX, AAC. And I try to like read if there's a spec somewhere on here that says like what's the highest rate, but nothing has information. Like this is the page on Amazon. I didn't go back to Home Depot, which by the way, $329. These were so missing for so long that someone's jacked the price up $120. But there's no information here. Water resistant. 10 hours of runtime. 55-foot range. Nothing. Wait. Nope. Same thing. It's literally that text copy pasted there is what they did. So you'll have no information on it. Neither do I. But I could actually hear the breakdown of the quality of the sound because of the connection. So that's a rarity. Yeah, heavy pounding beats. Let's see what we got. Got Kanye West. Nectar Radio. There we go. Hans Zimmer. Dude, I'll tell you what. For house music, I'm getting into it now. There's Bocelli. There you go. Andrea Bocelli. Andrea Bocelli? Is it Andrea? I know how to read. Yeah, this is like a high-end audiophile track. We got opera and singing, and it is lackluster, unpolished, unfinished, and also not loud. So here's the thing. Maxed out. Volume is maxed out, and there's no volume control on the unit. These are the instructions. There is no app. Fucking bravo, man. Just please don't have an app. You're a Milwaukee product. I don't want to have a download app for my Milwaukee earbuds. And by the way, you can pair it with your fucking saw. I love this saw. Rips the shit out of everything. That's a screw saw. No, wait, that's not a screw saw. It's a wrap. I forget which one it is. Rear handle circular saw. I'll link all the Milwaukee tools if I feel like it. Anyway, problems with these IEMs. Let's take them out of my head for a second so you can see them. They don't look terrible. In fact, I even really like if I drop them in the charging bay for a second, which this is a charging bay. The gimmick is that it uses a red lithium power cell, the USB 3.0, Don't know why it's a USB 3.0. This doesn't exactly have any USB ports on it. I guess because it's rechargeable via USB. There's the USB port. But yeah, so the thing is kind of big compared to, like, I bought also the DeWalt ones, which will be coming up, and the Klein Tools ones, because I know Klein Tools is good. And everyone knows fucking DeWalt. So I'm like, those are the competition. Those are under $100. $100 or less. But they don't do, hold on, wait, there's like lines, and you got to line them up, and then boom. I don't like this cap falls off. I kind of wish this cap was captive in a way. There you go. You're locked now. You've locked in your thing. And then you pop this, and you are presented like a toolbox. I kind of dig this. I kind of dig it. I kind of do. And they've taken the Milwaukee logo here, and they've split it across the left and right. They give you these little winglets that you got to change different winglet lengths if you want to get it to fit in your ear better. This was the size that fit me. It comes with tips. We got to talk about how you can replace it with your favorite tips. At least I probably can, but I'm not going to. Left, right, nice magnetized things. Look at them go in. See the rings light up green or amber, or where's the color sheet? There's colors on this. So yeah, if we drop it in there, the case itself, there, when you close, that light comes on to show you the case charge, which is green. You peel this back for the waterproof entrance for the USB-C. But when you open the case up, it displays the battery charge of that, which can be all the way down to red, flashing or solid, blah, 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 blah. I like that. That's a cool look. The glowing around I like it. What I don't like, all right, let's start with the things I don't like. Sound quality we've touched on. It really can't do anything fine. It's all, pumping house music or raging metal music, and actually metal music would be even worse. I did the heavies on the big channel. I did the headphones designed for metal. And the one thing that I forgot to mention is that metal music is very demanding. Like super demanding. There's a billion sounds happening all at once, and if you don't have a quality audio piece of gear, it all just sounds like a mush. The drivers just go, ugh. So you probably couldn't do metal very well on this. Usually it's very simple things, but this is just for bass. They're just bass IEMs. They're not super small, but they're pretty comfortable. They're a good size. Like, I feel like a man could pick these up, jam in his ear, and he'd like it. Let's take the tip off. Get to this problem. So the problem number one is there's your fucking nozzle. If we compare to, I'm going to steal my Z12, which, by the way, Z12s are being discontinued. So if you're interested in the Lecture Z12s, you might want to grab a set now. They just have the sales have slowed down, and it's an old model in IEM terms. You can see there's a normal tip, and there is what is happening on there. That is fucking minuscule. Little baby tip. And what little baby tip means, this is one I took off of there, right? What little baby tip means is that you can't use like render tips or Duno SS tips or Dakoni tips. Well, you can use Dakoni Mercuries or whatever the other one is. But yeah, that's a really small tip. Now, luckily it does come with, well, there's one on there. Comes with 6 foams. I run the largest foam, and I think this might be for several reasons. Number one, these are hearing protection. They're job site earbuds. And that means when you're using the silicone tips here, which are the double flanges, they come with a bunch of little double flanges. When you're using those, you get 22 decibels of noise attenuation. And when you're using the foam tips, which I prefer anyway, you're getting 25 decibels of attenuation. So you can use a saw. I'm not going to saw my desk in half. As many views as that would get, probably on this channel, about 6,000. No, not worth it. Yeah, for passive hearing protection with foam tips. Now, there is active noise canceling in these, which, drop that back, throw it in there. It's so cool. You get the instructions on how it works is really nice, too. And it's not in English because it doesn't need to be. See, the right one does a lot of shit. It does play, pause, and you hit it twice to next track. You hit it 3 times to go back, and you answer a phone call with 1, you hang up a phone call with 1, and you cancel a phone call with 2. The left one simply switches between turn on and off job site aware mode. So they're active noise canceling immediately by default. Just blocks all the sound. I actually turned the fans up and down here, and I was testing that out. And then if you press it, you have job site aware mode, which lets you hear outside, which is good on a job site where it's like, Jimmy, you're going to hit him with the fucking crane, you fucking crazy. Jimmy! And then you're like yelling. It's always someone named Jimmy. Jimmy! You're waving at Jimmy, and he can't hear you because he's got his fucking Milwaukee job site buds, and he's just driving his fucking front loader, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, and then all of a sudden, death and destruction and insurance calls, and I hate it. I worked construction for one summer, and now I'm a YouTuber because I have learned my lesson. I nearly drove a Bobcat because I was like 17, and he let me drive the Bobcat because I knew the contractor was my father's friend. I was like, oh, Bobcat. And we put in a basement extension, so we had like 10-foot high concrete walls that just had the forms taken off of it, and we had to fill them. We had to pick up the dirt that we had made the hole and put it back on the side. And that's what I was doing, except the dirt was real soft. So the thing went, and I don't remember if it actually hit the wall, but like I went from just picking up and moving dirt to there's no ground and I'm falling into it and I'm going to fly out of the front of this fucking Bobcat and die. Ah! And when I wasn't doing that, it was fucking wheelbarrows are the worst. Wheelbarrows of cement from the front driveway across 2x6s that were like wobbly all the way to the back to pour. Oh, fuck all that. So that inspired me. Every child should be given a hard manual labor job with no air conditioning and shitty Chinese food lunches and barely any pay so that they know to work really hard in school or become a YouTuber. Do something else. Much respect for people who still do construction. But as a New Yorker and working for a contractor in New York, fuck that. Anyway, so Jimmy crashes through the thing. So you get awareness mode. Now you turn it on and off. Now here's the other thing that my brain couldn't handle this. I've been doing this for so long. You see, it tells you to tap once or tap twice. So I'm like waiting for the touch controls. You know, like you have touch controls. Every modern ear device is just like, you gently brush it or you swipe. No, motherfucker. You hear that? It is a fucking button. The entire fascia is a button, and it's not an easy to push button. So if you didn't seat them in your ear properly, you're gonna, because every time you do anything, you're just stabbing them into your fucking ear. And they're stiff. It is not like a little gentle press. It's like squeezing, and there it goes. And it actually actuates further towards the rear. It's a hinged button. Unless I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong. It's hard. It's almost impossible to push the edges. But when you push the middle, the whole thing goes up and down. So actually controlling, turning things on and off, next track, last track, fucking sucks. Because literally you're going pop, pop, and you're hearing it as you're pushing it in your fucking hole. So it's like, stop it. That said, how is the job site aware mode? It's pretty good. I turned it on. It pretty good in the same way that everything else sort of sucks, and this is the only feature I think is acceptable. There's actually almost a little bit of delay, like talking to myself, just like sitting here, putting on aware mode, and then saying something. It isn't immediate. It's like 1/15 of a second delayed, which gets it to be a little weird in your brain hole. So, yeah. You can't change tips. They're not uncomfortable. Once they're mounted, they're fine. But then as soon as you go to adjust anything or change modes, you're going to stab them into your fucking ears. The sound quality is only good for genres that have no need for fidelity. They're going to last forever and a day. Forever and a day. And no one's going to buy them with the Amazon affiliate link because it's so much more money there. I'll have to link the Home Depot one. So I will not make a single fucking dollar in profit selling these via the link if you decide to buy it. Also, look at this cable. Look at this. This Milwaukee fucking metal. Ugh. I'm keeping this. This will definitely be in the yard sale. The yard sale, 1st to the 10th of every month. Except for April, where I'm doing 5th to the 15th because I'll be in Chicago. I'm keeping this wire. You can't have this. I don't know where I'm going to use it, but you know it's going to last forever because it's a fucking Milwaukee product. I just wish it had new. I wish it was worth $200. They're not worth $200. These other ones, the Klein ones I got and the DeWalt ones I have, are under 100, and they're going to be, if they do the same job, they'll be. I would recommend those instead. I'm a Milwaukee fanboy. My friend's a Milwaukee fanboy. I am an audiophile reviewer, so not even an audiophile reviewer. Like, I'm not some penchant. Maxwell tapes are the only tapes I use. It's got to have functionality. I got to be able to live with this. And I'm going to have a real hard time living with this. Just from the push button. Just the push buttons alone make this a fucking NO. The audio quality, also, no. The case, honestly, is very heavy and big. But, I mean, if you're a real man, you're going to walk into work with it in your hand. You're going to be, like, making a fist and veins are going to be popping out. You're going to be like, I'm here. Okay, why is that off so much? That must have been drilling something. I needed that extra, like, 1/4 inch. You even got Milwaukee hole dozers in there. They're going to fall forward and hit the screen. Yeah, I'm just going to lay that down again. We're fine. So anyway, yeah, Milwaukee made a true wireless IEM, and it's mediocre, and you can't change tips, but it's cool. It matches all your shit. You could drop it in the battery compartment of your thing. Actually, that red doesn't match. Wait a second. False prophet. The red doesn't match your other. You could live now. Look, the red is slightly off, depending on how I do the color grading on the thing. And it's weird because they should be using that plastic. It must be just a different. It's not. You know what it is? Factories in China and wherever the hell these Milwaukee tools are made. I think some are made in Mexico. Where are you made? Vietnam. These are definitely going to be China. Made in Vietnam with further processing in China. So I don't know. They even in the right country, and they couldn't get the color right. Oh well. Look, use that as an excuse not to buy these. I wanted to use render tips on them so bad, and you just can't. So yeah, no. Stay tuned. I'll do the DeWalt and the Klein tools soon enough. I don't know if I want to just pack 3 in a row of the true wireless from different tool companies. I was going to do it all in one video. Maybe I'll do those 2 together. I don't want to waste a whole week. You know what? Well, there's also, by the way, I looked. So I found those, and then I found the DeWalts for 100, and I found the Kleins for $69.97, and there's fucking Caterpillar tractor ones. God damn it. For $63, which I can get with stainless steel travel mugs. Stop it. Anyway, Patreon, subscribe, star, support this channel, get the wallpaper. Actually, the reason I did it is because I picked the Megamine wallpaper because she's a little fuzzy. Like, you could tell I blew up something that was way too small to make the wallpaper here, but you can't tell. I can tell. And these are also a little fuzzy, so this all make... Actually, her red matches better than the Milwaukee red. Just saying. Oh, I forgot to add. You can hold 2 extra tips. 2 extra tips in there, which is super nice. I like that. More should do that. And look how much space you have for tips that aren't going to fit because you can't change the tips. But all right. I'll put these in the yard sale space, but let's do another one first. See what that looks like.